Assalamu alaikum. I am Shiza Maryam, and today I will be conducting this interview with a personality who has a successful name in the tech industry. We will be talking to Mr. Azwar Habib, who is COO of TanBits. Thank you so much for giving us your time. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We will be extending questions towards you regarding your business and how have you established this. So first of all, we would like to know your success story.
Sure. So I have been in industry for around 10 years now. I am a computer system graduate, a software developer myself, and I graduated from NIST, one of the top universities of Pakistan. And I was fortunate enough that I found Hamad. He's my partner and our CEO. And we opened this venture in 2016. And Alhamdulillah, it has been a success story. And we are fortunate enough that we got a great team of people, and it is our team which has helped us to reach here, and I'm really proud of them.
So there is a thing about failures that everyone faces in their life. Have you ever encountered failure ever since 2016, ever since the beginning of your company? Have you ever encountered failures, and how did you deal with that?
So in a sense, I won't call it failures, but there have been tough times. So there have been times where we lost a project, or there was a recession, international recession when COVID started. A lot of prospective clients and even some of our own working clients, those projects were halted because of international circumstances, and it became relatively difficult to manage. But I am really thankful to our team. They stood with us in all our difficulties, and Alhamdulillah, we are past it, and we are progressing.
That's great. There is another thing which I'm really curious about, is the fact that you are so young in a business which is usually run by people who are way older than you. So how did you manage it, and how was it an experience as a young person in this business?
So actually, the whole atmosphere, the whole culture is changing. Even especially in IT, I believe that all these new startups, they are led by really young persons, and even in politics as well. So I think it is a time of the youth. Social media has really empowered young persons, and the old persons, the old mindset, they try to run things in a certain way which generally does not align with the youth, and then we have to come forward to resolve our issues or to get a better environment for us. So that has really enabled us to run this, and I think my own turning point when I decided that we have to do it ourselves was when I faced some difficulties during my job. So I tried to address them here in the TanBits, and I tried to provide a working environment where the people who are working with me, my team, they do not face same issues which I had to face during my working days.
Right, so you mentioned team. You mentioned and you give credits to your team for where you are today. So I wonder what kind of team building person you are, and what do you see in a person when you hire them?
So generally speaking, I do not rely that much on the current skills, as long as anybody has a learning attitude and they have a caliber. So those are the two things which I look for. So aptitude and hunger for learning, and I think that is it. If you don't have skills at any given time, you will learn with over time, but you do need to have a positive attitude. So that really enables me to hire great talent.
Right. So this industry, the tech industry, is run by so many successful people these days, and there's a lot of competition. Everyone wants to be, as it is a term, to be the unicorn. How do you manage in this competition?
So I don't think that whether I should say it or whether it is politically correct or not, but I think keeping your obviously everybody wants to be a unicorn, and that is there somewhere back in the back of your mind.
Yes.
But if that is your only goal, then you will face quite a lot of challenges. So my aim is that whatever we are making here at the TanBits, we need to reinvest that into our team. So as long as we are doing it, we will have loyal people around us, we will have a strong team, and with that anything is achievable. So we will get there, inshallah.
Inshallah. Ever since 2016, what would you name to be your biggest success so far here in TanBits?
There are a couple of recruitments which I really cherish, and I really admire them. Our HR Hassan being one of them, he has really worked hard for us and helped us in enormous ways. And I think, and there are a couple of other persons as well in our BT department, in our project management department, and I believe those are our really great achievements, because having a luxurious environment, having awesome building, furniture, etc., that does not matter. Having awesome people around, that does matter. So I think that is one of our biggest achievements.
Right. So there is this thing about retention plan.
Yeah.
What would you say about the plan of this company?
So honestly, at the end of the day, everybody is out there to earn a living, and
Yes.
financial benefits does matter. But other than that, I think culture is really important, and what our culture is what keeps everyone around. So I don't think we had to face that many issues. Obviously, there are giants there in IT industry, and they are really growing, and you face everyday struggles to keep talent around. But as long as you are treating them nice and you are providing them a good culture, it would be easier to retain them.
Right, so this has been really nice knowing all these things that people have been curious about. I'm pretty sure as a successful company, people tend to be curious about the person who is running it. I do wonder, as well as a lot of people, what do you see this company going to in the next 5 years, or what do you see is the future of this company?
So actually, I don't have really that huge dreams. My aim is to have a floor full of developers, and whenever I go into my development hall, those 80 odd persons sitting there, that give me immense pleasure. So even yesterday I was having a discussion with one of my resources, and the point was that as long as they are comfortable, I am happy with it. So the idea is to have a development hall full of persons, and everybody who is sitting there is happy in their role and are with us. So.
Right. So there is one more question that I would like to add to this pile. I wonder if you were always this interested in IT ever since a child.
So it was actually an accident. So it was a fortunate accident. I wanted to do CA, and I even applied in London College of Accountancy, and I got admission, and I had a flight in 20 days. And but suddenly, my father is from an army background, so I got admission in NUST as well in software engineering. So he came to me and he told me that you are going to go abroad for study, and that will be difficult for the family as well. And since he's from family background, and NUST being closely associated with army, so he really cherished that. So he insisted me that I should stay and I should do software engineering. That's how I got into software engineering. But my first day in the university, when I took my first lesson, that's when I decided that this is really interesting, and it felt like that I was being cut for it. And since then I haven't really looked back, and I have no regrets at all. And I feel like that whatever I have achieved in the IT industry, I won't have been able to do it otherwise.
So you do give credit to your father?
Yeah, quite a lot actually. At that time I was young, maybe we had some heated discussions as well on it, but I think when I look back, I really cherish it, and I'm really happy that he insisted on me staying here and choosing this path.
Right, so it has been really nice having an insight on TanBits and on what you see your company as, and I really cherish this talk with you. So thank you so much for giving us your time. It's been a pleasant conversation.
It's my pleasure as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.